Hi guys, Kate Nolan from Ray White Darwin, the Business Development Manager. Now I'm here to talk to you about 5 warnings when you're renting privately. Now it's not something that we talk about frequently, but I would like to just touch base on it because we do get some landlords who have rented privately in the past and things have kind of gone a bit pear-shaped, and in order to prevent that from happening there's a few things that you can do. So I'll touch on each of those. There's loads of things, but I'll touch on a few now anyway so I can get you started. So number 1, the most important, is do your research. Make sure, I know it's hard, the market here, it's a pretty slow market at the moment, and I know that you don't have your pick of tenant, and that's fair enough, but that doesn't mean that you don't do your research on the people that you're putting in your property. You need to make sure that you've got those checks, you've done your rental references, you've got the personal references, you know the history of this person, you know their rental history. Ring their previous agent, check that they were paying rent on time. You really need to dig deep here. That's something that agencies will do, and it's a non-negotiable. It's a bit easier for us because we don't have that emotional attachment that landlords do have, so it's very factual based for agents to do that. So try and be as selective as you can. I understand that you will be very keen to get a tenant in there given the current market conditions, but trust me, a good tenant will be worth the wait. So please just do your research, make sure you're making the right decision. The second item is making sure, it's an obvious one, but just make sure that you're using a lease agreement. Now you can get these from the likes of REINT. They're your best bet because it's a valid lease agreement. They're the same lease agreements, in fact, that most agents will use. And make sure you read it, have a look at what the terms and conditions are in there, and make yourself familiar with it. And also make sure that your tenants are familiar with it as well. And of course you will always need a signed copy, and both parties will need one of those with all signatures of everyone involved. The third item is something that we see happen quite regularly, and that is with regards to routine inspections. So they need to happen. It's all well and good if you've built a nice personal relationship with the tenants, and they're lovely people, which everyone is. At the end of the day, you do need to protect your asset, and it's just a simple matter of arranging a very quick inspection. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes every 3 to 4 months, and that's just to make sure that everything's going to plan, that the tenants are looking after the place, and it's peace of mind for yourself, and it's a good opportunity as well for your tenants to discuss any maintenance that they may have, or any concerns as well. So it just means that everyone's on the same page, so highly recommend making sure that you do those. The fourth item on my agenda is quite important. If you are renting to personal friends or family friends or associates, people that you know personally, please really consider getting an agent to do this for you. Tenancies can be difficult to manage, and sometimes people underestimate how difficult it can be. Just let the professionals handle it for you. That way there's no headaches, you're not running the risk of any fallouts or anything like that. Once we get involved, everything's very clear and everyone's on the same page, and there's no emotional attachments or anything like that, and everyone walks away happy, which is the main objective. So I would urge you to really consider, if you are in that position, looking at an agent to do that for you. The very last item is to make sure that you're educated, know what tenants' rights are, know what landlords' rights are. You need to know your notice periods, you need to know how much notice you need to give to enter a property, you need to know the rules around maintenance, you need to know the rules around tenant maintenance, the rules around rent arrears. The list goes on and on and on. Thankfully, because we work in the industry, there's a huge investment put into our training and our education, and it's constantly on the go. We're constantly updated, we're constantly learning on changes in the industry, and that keeps us ahead of the game, and I suppose that is why we do what we do. If you're not in that position and you're privately renting your property yourself, you're just going to have to do your best to make sure that you are staying ahead of the game there and keeping yourself very well informed. It'll smooth the process, it'll make things a lot easier for you. And look, at the end of the day, if you do need any advice in that area, or if something arises and you're just not quite sure what to do, our door is always open. So please just give myself a call. I'm more than happy to talk through anything with you. That's it from me, guys. So if you have any questions about this, please feel free to give me a call. Until next time, Darwin, see ya.